Thank you for joining me in this new episode of First Rate Reads. My name is Jadwiga and I'm one of the librarians at the Sterling Heights Public Library. Today I would like to recommend to you 4 nonfiction titles. I read them within last year and I honestly think that they need more attention. The story of my first recommendation is connected closely to Michigan and Flint water crisis that started in 2014. It was the time when Flint changed the source of its drinking water from Detroit water and sewage department water that sourced from Lake Huron and Detroit River to the Flint River. What Eyes Don't See by Mona Hanna-Attisha. The author, Dr. Mona Hanna-Attisha, is a pediatrician, professor, and a scientist. She tells the story about the Flint water crisis from her perspective. She talks about how and why many residents were poisoned by lead in the water supply. Alongside with a team of researchers, parents, friends, and family, she battled the local government to expose the truth to the world. She also shares her family story and how her family activist roots inspired her in pursuit of justice. This is a noteworthy read for anybody interested in Michigan, public health, science, education, and activism. The second book that I'm going to talk about today brings us an incredible story about women heroes who were exposed to radium while painting watch dials in factories across US in the early 20th century and their battle to strengthen workers' rights. The Radium Girls, The Dark Story of America's Shining Women by Kate Moore. The radium at that time was advertised as safe and was added to many products. The young women were hired in factories to paint watch dials in this substance. They were lip dipping and painting. So the supervisors encouraged them to point the brushes with their lips, so-called lip dip paint, or use their tongue to keep them sharp. And then factories ignored the gruesome side effects of radium. The glittering chemical covered their body from head to toe, and they were actually shining and glittering in the night. That's why they were called Shining Girls. Everybody found them at that time the luckiest girls alive, until they began to fall mysteriously ill. The Radium Girls is very informative, but not easy book to read, because it has a lot of gruesome details and descriptions. But it shows incredible, inspiring strength of these women, whose tenacity led to research, regulations, and ultimately saved hundreds of thousands of lives. My next 2 recommendations are biographies. The first one tells the story of Tara, who grew up in a family of survivalists in mountains of Idaho. They were preparing for the end of the world by stockpiling supplies. The children did not attend the school, and they also were forbidden from using the hospital. Tara helped her parents. In summer, she prepared herbs for her mother, who was a midwife, and in winter, she worked in her father's junkyard. But Tara wanted something more from her life, so she educated herself enough to be admitted to the university at the age of 17, and after that to Harvard and Cambridge. This book is an incredible story about self-invention, and it is very hard to put it down. The main character, Tara, struggles between family loyalty, domestic violence, and her need to grow, educate herself, and find her place in life. The last story that I'm going to talk about tells the story about Malala, a young Pakistani activist for female education and the youngest Nobel Prize laureate. She's known for human rights advocacy, especially for education for women and children in her native Swat Valley in northwest Pakistan. When the Taliban took over the Swat Valley in Pakistan, they banned girls from attending schools. Malala refused to be silenced. She spoke out and fought for her rights to an education. On Tuesday, October 9, 2012, she almost paid ultimate price. She was shot in the head at point-blank range while riding the bus home from the school. When she miraculously recovered, she started her extraordinary journey from Pakistan to the halls of United Nations in New York. At 16, she became a global symbol of peaceful protest and the youngest ever Nobel Peace Prize laureate. This book is a remarkable story about family uprooted by global terrorism. It is the tale of the fight for girls' education, a tale of a father who encouraged his daughter to learn read and to attend school. It is the great read both for adults and younger readers. There is also a shorter version of the biography for younger readers. It shows that no matter how old you are, you still can make change and difference. These are all recommendations that I have for you today. All titles mentioned in this video are both available in our digital and physical collections. If you are looking for more recommendations, please check out other episodes of First Rate Reads on our library Facebook page or SHTV1 YouTube channel. Take care.